The views expressed on this podcast are based on a satirical and at times comical view of the subject matter. So don't get your panties in a wad. Live long and prosper, fuckers. Let's get the show started.
This is an Tempest universe, man. Hold on to your ass. You're in for a hell of a ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, we received an early rubber dicking this weekend thanks to someone who leaked information about the so-called UAP report that's going out to the Congressional Committee. I can't even say it. I'm stuttering. Wow. There are so many people that are butthurt. Like literally. Like there's people who are grabbing their vaginuses right now because they're hurt. They're hurt. But we knew this. Ladies and gentlemen, we knew this. The report was not going to tell you that an ET craft came by with all these other, galaxies crossed off on the side of the craft showing that they were alien. We knew this already. There is no way that they're going to tell you that these crafts are alien. For fuck's sake, why are you guys... Some of these guys are off, like, ready to jump off of bridges. It's like, the stock market just crashed. They're about to jump off of the Empire State Building. They're done. They're done. But it's okay. I'm here to tell you it's all good. Because only the people that are keeping it real... The people that are keeping it real, they know. This is the same bullshit you always get. And just because this time they decided to go public and involve every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Jane, and Jennifer, and Juanita, and, give me another name. Somebody give me another name. Give me another name, Bugs. Jefferson? Okay. By the way, his farts are his farts today are human decibel, so you might hear it. He's right behind me. The food hasn't even changed, but he is like farting something terrible. Anyway, so it's been a lot of fun watching people react to the leaked summary of the report. So basically, is shit still unidentified. We're thinking Russia or China. And, we're not going to rule out aliens. Really? That's the way it's always fucking been. What the hell are you talking about? You really wrote a report just to summarize the last 80 fucking years. That's all you did. Are you serious right now? You literally spent millions upon millions of taxpayer money. Shit, it could probably... Listen, let's be honest. It's in the billions. They're not telling us, but the shit's in the billions. You spend billions of dollars of taxpayer money to tell us, maybe it's not aliens, maybe it is. Wow. That's where we're at right now. And, and so many people were sitting at the edge of their seats just waiting. Just waiting. June 25th, we're going to know. We're going to be vindicated. You ain't got nothing. Literally, you literally... got screwed like that pooch people talk about all the time. When they say they screwed the pooch, that's you. You're the pooch. You got screwed. But why would you expect anything else? I'm just saying. I can't believe that people were so gung-ho saying that we were going to know. We got them by the balls now. Really, when a lot of folks got into these news cable channels and shit, they were interviewing about UFOs. It was like, literally, you could see them under the table where they were a guest in the news channel. They had a pair of balls. They were blue because they were squeezing them so hard. And on it was tattooed little gray aliens. And now that's not the case. Oh, yeah, that's not the case, folks. One guy that I came across this weekend was the hero of ufology. Really, let's be honest. The hero of ufology is one person, and that is Lou Elizondo. Well, Lieutenant Commander Fravor comes in as a close second, and I'm sure he's going to be out there a lot right now after this report finally comes out. Because, he's probably sitting around, kind of laughing about it a little bit, but it's going to sink in a little. He's going to be like, what the fuck? They just called me a liar. So I think that Lou really is the champion of all of this. And Lou was out. Really, the link for the video of Lou's interview with Tucker Carlson is in the description. But I'm going to play you the audio. But you can look at the video from the link. And for fuck's sake, Lou Elizondo is pissed off as fuck. I mean, he is not having it. He is not happy that this is the rumored summary, the end game of the report. It's pretty sad. It is. Look, I can understand why he's fucking upset, okay? I get it. I can understand why he's mad. Lou, the whole time I've said, Lou, he looks like a thug. Lou's a thug. Like, he's got, like, no fucking neck. He's low to the ground. Like, he'd hurt somebody. I get it. He's a dangerous kind of guy. He's put on some pounds. Thanks to COVID, I'm sure. But he is the first one to officially go out there and say, no, fuck you. Fuck you. No, fuck me. Yeah, he went out there. He said, no, fuck you. You can't tell me that you have not been tracking this shit and you don't know what it is for the last 70 years. Here's a great audio clip. I got to give him props because he's the first one out the gate publicly saying, go to hell.
Lou Elizondo is a longtime Pentagon official. For years, he oversaw investigations at the U.S. government into UFOs. He's left now. He and his organization Skyfort have obtained a government document that proves the advanced Tic Tac UFO has been tracked by American military intel services for at least 70 years. That's much earlier than we thought. Lou Elizondo joins us tonight. Lou, thanks so much for coming on.
Tucker, always a privilege. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to ask you about this document first before I ask you about the upcoming report. What does this document you've obtained show us?
Well, this is a document that was obtained through the Freedom of Information Act, and it demonstrates quite clearly that we have had issues with these, if you will, these UAPs or UFOs in the vernacular for at least 70 years, at least since 1950, probably earlier. And this is official U.S. government correspondence. This isn't some eyewitness report from a civilian. This is official government documentation from military personnel to very senior military brass. And what it says is very quite compelling that, look, we've had a lot of military and intelligence eyewitnesses, to include special agents and scientists, and all of them are seeing these things. And more importantly, the frequency has occurred on a regular and continuing basis over sensitive U.S. military facilities. And this has been occurring, Tucker, again, since 1950, according to official U.S. government documentation. So think about that for a minute when we talk about that on the backdrop of this recent revelation that the U.S. government has finally admitted that this is not some sort of secret U.S. technology. Well, okay, that's great. We already knew that. But now there is some wiggle room to say, well, maybe it's some sort of foreign adversarial technology. Well, here's the problem with that theory, because we know that the Russians, after the Berlin Wall came down, they shared a lot of information with us. There was this 5-year period or so, this new romance between us and Russia, where they shared a lot of their UFO information with us. And by the way, they were seeing exactly the same thing in their skies that we were. So we're sure it's not Russian. So then really the only other country that could possibly be would maybe be China. Well, let's look at that for a second, Tucker, because you're talking about a country that for 70 years has kept this technology that was at least 1,000 years ahead of us, kept it secret, was able to employ it against us all the way back in 1950. By the way, this is the same country that steals billions of dollars worth of our technology each year, trying to keep a competitive advantage to this day with our country. Now, does that make a whole lot of sense to you?
No. No, I mean, there were famines in China 70 years ago. Quickly, there seems to be some connection, anecdotally there is, between these objects and nuclear reactors, nuclear warheads, nuclear-powered vehicles, submarines and warships. We didn't get nuclear technology, of course, until the end of the Second World War, 44, 45. We had airplanes. We had an Army Air Corps going back to the First World War. Were there sightings of these before the United States possessed nuclear technology?
There were anecdotal sightings, but really there seems to be a significant uptick. Once the United States and other countries really entered into the atomic age, we began to see an increased uptick, what appeared to be some sort of reconnaissance or surveillance of our nuclear technology, our nuclear development, whether it's power or propulsion or weapon systems and related technology.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's a tantalizing suggestion. I'm not sure what it means, but I think it's interesting as hell. Lou Elizondo, I appreciate your coming on tonight. I hope we see you soon.
Always a pleasure.
Listen, the one thing I don't agree with is this whole nuclear technology bullshit. Stop fucking around, folks. You guys in ufology, get off your nuclear high horse. I know you like the phallus look of these nuclear missiles. I understand that. I understand that you got some naughty ideas when you think about nuclear missiles and what could happen with them if you're all alone. No. How dumb are fucking aliens if they've been watching us and going to our nuclear silos, going to around our nuclear ships and you know, all our military equipment that is powered by nuclear stuff, and they're still in 2021, they're still looking at it. They don't give no fucks about that. Get the hell out of here. Who cares about that? The aliens don't care about that. Come on. How dumb are they if they're still trying to figure that shit out? Come on. Anyway, let's get away from that. That was Tucker. Tucker Carlson threw that question in like a ding-dong. He's basically an uneducated ding-dong at this point. So I can understand, you know, Lou had to just kind of help him out, kind of save him. He was like doing the backstroke in the middle of the ocean, and Tucker was on top of him, and he had to save him from his ding-dong statement. Yeah, fuck the nuclear bullshit. If you're an extraterrestrial who's traveling interdimensionally or traveling from billions upon billions of light years away using gravitational waves or however the fuck you want to travel, faster than light, FTL, the fuck do you care about nuclear armament? No, you would have figured that shit out already. You're dumb as fuck if you haven't, and you're still trying to figure it out. We want a party. You get the fuck out of this planet. You're fucked up in the head. Here's the thing. Lou Elizondo went in, he stole the videos. Now, Lou Elizondo, the guys in the who reported, like Lieutenant Fravor and all those guys that reported the incident with the Tic Tac, none of them ever said that they saw videos or had their own experiences prior to, let's say, the Tic Tac, or the guys that saw the FLIR video and the Go Fast. None of them really came on and said, hey, I've seen this before. It's not my first rodeo. So we can't really blame him for that. Now, we know that To the Stars Academy constantly promised that they would show us more videos and more evidence. Where the fuck is To the Stars Academy? To the Stars Academy got that deal with the Army, and then they're gone. You don't fucking hear about those guys anymore. They basically got freaking absorbed into the military. It's what they did because of that contract. They ain't saying shit. You have not heard from To the Stars Academy throughout this whole time. Now, in this video and also in the audio, you heard the mention of a new group that Elizondo formed called Skyfort. I was looking for it everywhere. I couldn't find fucking Skyfort. Every time I looked for Skyfort on the internet, all I found was a fucking playground that you get at Costco that you can put in the back of your house for kids. House about 15 kids up to 150 pounds apiece. So you're safe if you're looking for that. Look for Skyfort. But nothing about Lou Elizondo, I can tell you that much. I'm just saying. Welcome to the Monday episode of UFO Buster Radio. Welcome to the Monday episode of the Tempest Universe. That's what we dealt with this weekend, and it's going to continue. Now, who was the rubber dicker who decided to release the information from the report early? Who knows? It's some asshole. Basically, you know who it is. Some government asshole who thinks he's better than everyone else, who's trying to make sure that we, the public, do not know the truth. So he's going to jab us with something, right? He's going to give it to us without the grease, just because he feels like he's better than us, because he's hiding the truth. But it is Monday, shitty ass Monday. Welcome to the podcast, the Monday episode, back again finally on a Monday. Monday sucks, but for you guys who hide out at your employer's restroom on your phone, listening to the podcast, or sending nudes to whoever, I just want you to know that today you're going to shine. Monday you will shine. Whether you're on the shitter, you're taking extra breaks somewhere, you're going to shine. Like this.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Shine. Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine.
Don't fucking scream at me.
Where's
you
the
dumb
money?
fuck you. Look at you with your fucking 48% body fat and
Hey, what's up to the guys who are in the live chat at Spreaker.com? We got Dre. Davina's not there; she's asleep. Gangvit, Green Man, and Dave from Dan Anda. I know he doesn't like when I say that, but that's my best impression of what, like Dave. If I can do an impression of Dave, that's what it's going to sound like, Dave. I'll be honest with you. Maybe Dave should show up on Wednesday and give us his Australian impression. Let him give an impression of what he sounds like in Australia, and then I'll do mine. But we're going to have folks on here. Hopefully the Asgardians will show up. On Wednesday, I'm going to open up the lines. We're going to call in. We're going to talk about whatever is going on with the report. In other places, of course. I mean, come on. Really, it's everywhere. Even fucking China. We got a lot of stories today. We got some coming out of Montana. I always wanted to visit Montana because it looks so cool. So earthy-like, Like if there's a place where I would not use deodorant, it would be Montana. Because it's all earthy, man. You don't need deodorant. You don't need no bar of soap. You don't need none of that shit. Because you are with nature. You are one. So you leave all that chemical nonsense behind. We're also going to talk about the report. There's a news article here from AP News, of course, because nobody cares. We got a story out of Montana. We also got a story out of China. This is where you miss President Trump, because he had the best one-liners when it came to China. We don't hear one-liners now. It's all about, communicating with China and shit. I mean, no, we're not trying to do that. Though if you're listening to the podcast, yeah, we love you. Yeah, totally. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started with the first article of today. And, of course, we're back to the circus, because this report has created one hell of a circus. Here's the thing. No one should be surprised that the United States government is looking at UFOs. Hook, line, and sinker, end of story. It's the way they've been doing things. Probably, and we want to always set Roswell as the starting point of this. It's been before Roswell, folks. Stop fucking around. I mean, let's be honest about it. You guys on the shitter, stop it. Stop it with the selfies. You guys know too. I know you're at work tomorrow. Right now, you're listening to this. Stop it. You know that we've been doing this for a very long time, and not just the United States. All the superpowers, all the non-superpowers. You guys that want to be superpowers, you all been wondering what the hell is going on. Why are people making all these reports? Why are people saying they're being abducted? Why are people saying the cattle are being taken and mutilated? Why? But you have no answers. Marco Rubio, again, chiming in out of Florida. Listen, I love Florida, to be honest. I spent, 10 years in Florida, for fuck's sake. 10 years in Florida. That is wowzers. But Marco Rubio, god damn it, dude. Really? Marco Rubio says there is stuff flying in our airspace. We don't know what it is. We need to find out. Well, apparently your report didn't work. You didn't find out shit. Zero. And, I hesitate in trying to quote what the individual that leaked the information, what they said, because we need to see the report. It's supposed to be made public. Let's fucking see the thing. Let's go. Let's do this. But we're waiting because, the poor suckers, they pay taxes in the United States, and the poor folks in the rest of the world, they have to wait until somebody gets the gonads to release this report. We can't come to any conclusions. There's a lot of reports out there who are saying right now that even though this rubber dicker that released this information, whoever the fuck it is, that they might be kind of over-exaggerating the openness to the statement that it could be not of this world. That is left really open. Now, you heard the clip from Lou Elizondo, and the time frame that he's saying that the Tic Tac UFO has been tracked by the government way, way back when. 70 years of tracking Tic Tac UFOs. And to be honest, if there's a story we covered about 2 years ago that had to do with, I believe it was Amarillo, Texas, in that area, and there was a string of sightings up there. One of the UFOs described was egg-shaped. Crown Royal. Egg-shaped, and many described it kind of like a Tic Tac before there was even a fucking Tic Tac, to be honest. Candy, that is. And so this shape has been around for some time. So please, let's wait to the report and see what it says. The article goes into talking about Lou Elizondo and his displeasure about what the hell is going on. And Lou Elizondo in the clip said it clearly. You cannot tell me a country that steals technology to be competitive from the United States has freaking technology that's hundreds of years advanced than what we have now. Of course, the assumption by Lou in that statement is that there is no TR-3B. That there is no one going to these secret military programs to fight lizards somewhere else, reptilians, killing off Stephen Greer's family on Mars and stuff like that. So that's the assumption there. Really, if you were to take all of the UFO conspiracies, the military stuff, you put it all together, what we have is that every fucking planet in our solar system has reptilians, has Nordics, and has all these races, the Greys, and they're all fighting for power. They come from other galaxies, but we have TR-3Bs, and we're stealing people from their homes to fight this war. And then we have them out there for 10, 20 years, and we bring them back. And it's like they never left. Fucking amazing. Somebody should make a movie out of that. But anyway, there you go. So Lou Elizondo, he's putting up the fight. Really, he is the first one to publicly, as far as I seen over the weekend, to say, no, fuck you. This is the information I have, and it came from a FOIA request, so kiss my ass. Lou Elizondo is quoted as saying, we live in an incredible universe. There are all sorts of hypotheses that suggest that there are three-dimensional universes which we live in isn't quite so easy to explain. And it's not. I mean, Lou is right about that. That shit is not. But like I said before, Lou is the champion that is out there putting his neck on the line. We know he's no longer part of To the Stars Academy. He's got this Skyfort thing going in. He's the one who's getting it done. Two officials that were briefed on the report say it found no extraterrestrial link to the sightings reported on captured video. Then what the fuck is it? You can't definitely say absolutely that there's no extraterrestrial link unless you know who the fuck did it. Let's be honest about that. These two officials are rubber dickers. There are people who are perpetrating the deceit, the lie, when it comes to government acknowledges the UFO situation. These are the liars. I want to know who the fuck these two people are. Somebody find out who they are. I don't think it's Marco Rubio because he is fucking lost as fuck. I'll be honest with you. Marco Rubio, he's like all over the place. I don't know. He's trying to figure it out just like everybody else. But we'll find out. This report is bound to come out pretty soon. In the next couple of weeks. Hopefully sooner, since these idiots were able to disclose this information. And who knows? Maybe they don't know what the hell they're reading. Rubio says, I'm going off of what our military men and their radars and their eyesight are telling them. There are multiple highly trained, highly competent people. These are the folks that back in the day were taken as credible witnesses. Not only credible witnesses, but you have radar. The most advanced radar in the Navy was out there during the Tic Tac incident. Are we really going to say 2021 that these two officials who leaked the information know what the fuck they're talking about? That our most advanced technology, radar technology, and trained men and women of the Navy, the Air Force, whoever it is full of shit. No. These guys in the suits that take money from people who are trying to get their way in law can go fuck themselves. It is up to you, the people, to figure this out. We can't continue to sit on the edge of our toilet seats waiting for them to answer the UFO mystery for us. We got to go get it ourselves. I really think that Obama, Elizondo, and maybe some of these senators like Harry Reid and Rubio should get together, have lunch, and, come up with a different kind of task force that's not congressional based, that doesn't have a political agenda, that just, well, fuck, Obama probably still has a political agenda, but for fuck's sake, we the people. This report took everyone like a hurricane, so check this out.
Scars. I'll brush you off just like the dust upon my shoulder. I have a hunch of who you are. Believe it or not, I got the strength to blow you over. I'm a hurricane, I'm bringing thunder and rain. I'm a hurricane if you get in my way. I'm a hurricane, always on top of my game. I'm a hurricane, I'm trying to get in my way. Hurricane, I'm bringing thunder and rain. I'm a hurricane if you get in my way. I'm a hurricane, always on top of my game. I'm a hurricane, I'm trying to get in my way. I'm a hurricane, I'm bringing thunder and rain. I'm a hurricane if you get in my way. I'm a hurricane, always on top of my game. I'm a hurricane, I'm trying to get in my way. Hurricane, I'm bringing thunder and rain. I'm a hurricane if you get in my way. I'm a hurricane, always on top of my game. I'm a hurricane, I'm trying to get in my way.
I don't know if you guys have been following all of the madness that's happening in Boca Chica right now. SpaceX is building so much shit so fast. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. So the idea at one point was SM-15 was going to be the two-time loser and shoot up another time for a low orbit shot Apparently, that may or may not be happening. But the rest of the site and offshore. So back about last summer, they announced that they're going to use platforms like they use like for oil rigs and stuff offshore to launch these orbital rockets, right? The full Starship, the full phallus, if you will. It's going to be offshore. They're building those right now. They're also building the suborbital, takeoff stations, whatever the fuck, platforms, right now in Boca Chica. And so the plan is, from the last time that I read about this, is that they're going to probably take either SN-15 or 16, and they're going to use that to shoot off the first suborbital flight, the full phallus going up, and it's going to dump off in the Pacific. That's going to be a crazy day. I'll be honest with you. That's going to be fucking nuts, especially if they get it to do it. In other news, Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos, is going to be on the flight where the very first flight where crew and passengers go on the Blue Origin. Holy shit. I can't imagine that any corporation the size of Amazon, Blue Origin, or whatever would be really happy about the main dude going up on a rocket. The funny thing is that he recently announced that he's stepping down as the CEO of Amazon because he wants to focus on, one of the things he mentioned was Blue Origin. What the fuck is going to happen there? I don't know. I don't follow Blue Origin too much because, it's not the same as having a big silver phallus. Just be honest about that. So I know we this is just crazy. Bill Nelson, who is the NASA's new administrator, he had an interview with CNN. The interview, he's talking about a damn, for fuck's sake, UFO report and aliens and stuff like that. Now there is a bit of a, I don't know, it's like a revelation here, right? Because when we look at NASA, when it comes to aliens and stuff like that, they are very meticulous in staying away from the topic. They will tell you all kind of shit. They will tell you that 3 atom bombs got together with a chlorine bomb that fucked a hydrogen bomb, and they created what appeared to be maybe molecules of signs of life. That's what they'll tell you. Really, they will go all around the periodic table to give you some bullshit. True story. You guys know it. You wouldn't be here if you didn't know that. But according to this, Bill Nelson is quoted by CNN as saying, "I think I would know if UFOs are evidence of extraterrestrials visiting Earth," although he also admitted that it's too early to rule out the possibility. So the guy that runs NASA is saying, maybe I'll just wait. Maybe I'll just, it's kind of like that guy that likes collecting cars. And he waits until the year 1 is through the ringer. You go through year 1, the engine falls out, the transmission breaks, all the electronics are fucked. And you wait till like either year 2 or 3 to get a good working fucking car. That's what he's pretty much saying here. I'm just waiting. I'm not really sure. I'm going to stand by the fact that NASA does not believe there ain't no kind of fucking aliens in our solar system. But maybe I'll say it's aliens. Maybe it's not. Yeah. He's saying basically, yeah, he's not sure. There is a quote here, and here's a revelation, that according to Bill Nelson, he actually assembled a informal task force at NASA to study aliens and the reports that were coming out? Come on. I don't understand that. The quote is, we don't know if it's extraterrestrial. We don't know if it's an enemy. We don't know if it's an optical illusion. We don't think it's an optical phenomenon. So he's pretty much right now saying it's not optical. Fuck, somebody saw some shit. This is the beauty of Lou Elizondo stealing those videos, because they were corroborated by the most advanced fucking radar in the military. Yeah, true story. So you have to rule out an optical illusion. Otherwise, every single person on that F-18s, the two F-18s, were crackpots who shared the same optical illusion, and that's not the case. Nelson goes on to say, because of the characteristics that those Navy jet pilots described, and so the bottom line is, we want to know. Now, I feel like I need my own press secretary now, because apparently NASA has a press secretary. Her name is Jackie McGinnis, like the beer. She said Nelson has not assembled a formal task force to begin the study of UFOs. Press secretaries are the cleanup crew. Like, I feel like I need a cleanup crew after this podcast episode. And so, yeah, I need a press secretary after this. But anyway, she continues to say, however, researchers were directed to continue exploring and studying the topic as they see fit. What do you mean as they see fit? Every fucking NASA scientist that I've seen, for the most part, 98% do not believe in ET. They don't. We've seen that time and time again. They will spend hours on end on C-SPAN and fucking YouTube explaining why there is no such thing, because there is no evidence. McGinnis, the press secretary for NASA, said there's not really a lot of data. Are you stupid? What the fuck? There's tons of data. There's hundreds and thousands of years of data. McGinnis, get your shit right. So scientists should be free to follow these leads and shouldn't be stigmatized. I mean, at this point, nobody gives a fuck about stigmatization. They want some freaking answers. That's what we want. She continued to say, this is really interesting phenomena, and Americans are clearly interested in it. So if the scientists want to investigate, they should. And that is true. That is true. You as a scientist cannot ignore the unsurmountable amount of evidence that is the UFO story. And you don't have to stop at your civilization. Look at the civilizations prior to this. Get a timeline together, bitches. Put it together. Don't start at Roswell. Go beyond Roswell. Go way before Roswell. And you will see that you have, things like Native American tribes talking about starships and star people. You got people going back to like South America and Africa way back in the day, fucking cave drawings of starships and star people. So either we have in our genetics some kind of coding that makes us believe in aliens and UFOs, or this shit's fucking real. That's all I'm saying. The article is pretty good because it goes into explaining how in the past 25 years we've discovered more than 4,000 exoplanets, and these are exoplanets in the Goldilocks zone like we sit on right now. And it also goes into talking about how the Hubble telescope detected water vapor in another planet with temperatures similar to what our planet has. And then we also go into a co-authored study, peer-reviewed, not that means a whole hell of beans of anything, peer-reviewed by Christopher Consolis. He's an astrophysical journal, previewed in the Astrophysical Journal, that talks about the possibility. Actually, we talked about this article a few months ago, that there could be up to at least 36 intelligent civilizations within the Milky Way alone. We're talking about billions, hundreds of billions, maybe even trillions of galaxies. But within our own galaxy, we're talking about, according to his calculations, 36 intelligent civilizations. So 35 other fuckers could be coming to this planet. And we're saying that it's either China or Russia. What in the fuck is going on? The links are in the description. Check them out if you want to. If not, just take my word for it. For fuck's sake. A lot of people do. But I don't know why. Check this out.
Yo sé que te gusta. Yo sé que te gusta. Yo sé que te gusta.
Big O! It's showtime!
By the way, the 23rd of June is Big O's birthday. And so I'm going to try to have a really long fucking episode of as much of the Big O content that I can put together. I mean, honestly, I miss the guy. And hopefully he's out there just listening to the podcast and probably laughing at me, all the stupid shit I do day in and day out. What can I say, man? Having the loss of a family member and a friend, it's hardcore. It really is. Montana is on the books right now as the next Skywalker Ranch. The whole fucking state. We're not even, no, I'm just kidding. It's not the whole state. Apparently, Redgate near the Deer Lodge is a hotspot for paranormal and UFO activity. This is the article from KTVH. Yeah, KTVH. Now, like I said last week, everyone is in some way using the UFO report, this congressional report, to kind of get their spin on their local news. But for fuck's sake, Redgate is a crazy ass area. I'm going to tell you this right now. Redgate is not anything to play with. It really isn't. So it's near this Deer Lodge. It's considered a hotspot for a lot of different reasons. A lot of different reasons. Many, especially Donald Broomley of the Deer Lodge, says it is a very rich in paranormal field like UFOs, lights in the skies, and a lot of unexplained things happen there. It's almost like the Skinwalker Ranch of Montana. You know, when I think about Montana, I think about, just a lot of fucking rocks. I'm going to be honest. A lot of stone, a lot of rocks, clear skies at night, shit howling in the middle of the night. I just, it's one of those places that you would just want to visit just to be there. Just to be in the moment where you're not surrounded by technology. Just go crazy. Just walk around naked all day. Brumley himself, who is part of the Deer Lodge, says he even experienced his own paranormal activity when he put up a trail cam at Redgate about 2 years ago. What he found was a ghost-like figure he captured on his trail cam and actually got national attention from paranormal investigators. There's a quote from Bromley. I say Bromley. Bromley in here that says the first UFO. This first one, when you look at it, you think it's a person, but then the more he looks at it, it is like it's just an odd shaped individual. He says it was completely out of place, and everything just matches what many people describe as an alien with the bigger bulbous head, no clothing, and kind of transparent in many ways, according to Bromley. But UFOs is not the only thing. They also have a paranormal history that's kind of dark as well. According to the article, there's a reason why they call this place Redgate. Patrick Cutler is actually making a film about Redgate. And the story goes that an individual, a male, if you will. What is it? The old horror stories start as the male going butt shit crazy. Why is it that it isn't the wife or the mom that just... Well, I guess there are some stories like the Llorona, in Texas that talk about mothers going crazy killing their kids. Anyway, let's move past that. Anyway, Patrick Cutler making a movie about Redgate. And the issue with Redgate is that apparently there was a guy who had a farm or maybe a homestead in the area. And one day he came home from work. You come home from work, you want to kick your shit up, throw off your shoes, ask your wife or your kids for a beer, sit back, put on the boob tube, and you sit back, put your feet on your bearskin rug and just relax, right? Apparently this guy didn't. He basically didn't like the beer, was skunky, and he murdered his entire family. But he didn't stop there because he had to make a statement. Like, if that's not a statement enough, he actually drove up to Redgate and he painted literally the gate with their blood in red. That is where the name Redgate came from. And, Patrick Cutler is making a movie about it. Jeez. That's more for the Dark Horde podcast, to be honest. But yeah, that's scary as hell. According to Cutler, there have been several people that say that when they're driving around and they see something really bizarre, they just fly across the sky, or they see something come out of the sky out of nowhere. And he's even heard stories of people who just happen to be up there, and out of nowhere their cars turn to stall for no reason. Perfectly good cars just stalling. I'm telling you, it's the Skinwalker Ranch of Montana. Redgate. So if you got some time, you want to get a scare, see a UFO, maybe even a ghost or two, Redgate might be the place to be. There's a lot more about this particular place in the article. Check out the link. And I'm out of Crown Royal. So this next song is about 6 minutes. If you guys who are live want to get yourself some libation, I suggest you do. I'm going to do it. I'm going to refresh my cup. You guys who are on the shitter at work, it's up to you. Check this out. Oh, by the way, the name of the song is Wendigo. Literally, when I hear this song, I think about a Wendigo, like 11, 12 foot tall, big as hell, furry, white, icicles dripping off of him, and he's playing this song on a boombox because he's about to kill you. Basically. Can you imagine a Wendigo or a Bigfoot chasing after your ass with a boombox on his back, playing this song? Holy shit, that is the coolest death you're ever going to experience. I'll be honest with you. China is using artificial intelligence to detect UFOs because it can think outside of the box. So we look at this, right? This news article comes out in the middle of the ufology, I don't know. What do you want to call it? What do you want to call it? The ufology probing of the century? Is that what it is? China is saying, hey, we track UFOs, but we're not going to lose our damn mind over it. We got artificial intelligence because it can think where we cannot. Apparently, China has been inundated with UFO reports over the last recent years to the point where they're like, we don't want our people to think about this no more. No. Because they go off into the fucking trenches. They go into the fields, if you will. And they don't get to the bottom of this. So we are going to take all the sightings from the military, from civilians, from everything that reports a UFO, and we're going to put this into artificial intelligence. This is what they told the South China Morning Post. And according to Chen, who is part of the, it looks like, where the hell is this guy at? Where the fuck is he from? All it says is Chen. For fuck's sake. Anyway, Chen, whoever the fuck he is. Oh, Chen Li from the Air Force, Early Warning Academy. Oh, goddamn. That took a long time to figure that out. So, according to Chen Li, the frequent occurrence of unidentified aerial conditions in recent years brings severe challenges to air defense security to our country. He wrote this in 2019 to the Beijing scientists. He says, we're using artificial intelligence because it thinks outside the box. And he says that maybe by thinking outside the box, AI can actually get some correlations where the human brain cannot. It's a fascinating concept, right? Because we think about, when we see a sighting, we don't think about, atmospheric pressure, what was in the area at the time, was it following something? Is it just me? You know? Which is really what a lot of people think. It's just me, I'm talking to it. It talks to me. Yeah. It's coming just after me. But, AI is going to look at other things. Were there military activities in the area? Was there maybe specifically a weather condition that could have caused a sighting or made it more plausible? Kind of helped the unidentified flying object to appear. So that's what it's doing. Now, it would be hard-pressed for me to believe that it's just China that's doing this. I'm sure all the countries are. I'm sure everyone is gathering information. Like you guys remember, like 5-6 years ago, we heard Deuce Bigelow, the space gigolo, Robert Bigelow of Bigelow Aerospace, was collecting data that was being reported to the FAA and keeping it for himself, putting it in this significant database that even most of his employees weren't able to get into. I promise you, there was some kind of AI working there as well, because I'm sure Deuce Bigelow was not sitting around calculating and putting up ticks every time he felt that this was a real UFO sighting. The AI is supposed to do several things: analyze behavior, design, materials, radioactivity, and more based on the raw data that it receives. So it's going to take all these things into consideration and draw some correlations. While I believe that human beings, especially those that have a significant amount of knowledge about things that you would normally find in the air, especially those that deal with military situations or have experience in enforcement, while I believe that those guys do have an ability to identify things that are conventional, there are certain things that they're not able to identify. They still mystify them. And it could be secret programs that come from a military or from a government that's unknown to them. But if you stick AI to it, if you stick an AI that knows what's happening with that country's military, whether it's testing, some kind of operation that they're doing, you stick all of that into it. You stick the situation, you stick all the data, and this got to be some smart ass fucking AI. Put all the data around that area for that setting, and that sighting, and the people that reported it, you might be able to draw some conclusions from it. I think this is what China's trying to do. But then I would be remiss to assume that China is the only one doing this. But again, they're the ones with the cool rovers that transform into 4 fucking stages and do like 5 different things. So we may be seeing that China might even be the leader in this too. I'll just be honest with you. I'm not trying to get my passport or defect to China because I don't know that they have Crown Royal, but we'll see. We'll see. According to the article, the only sighting of UFO that China has ever officially confirmed happened in 1998 when 2 military jets intercepted a low-flying object that looked like, here's the explanation, a short-legged mushroom from the game Mario Brothers, with 2 beams of light from the center. But when they approached it, the object increased speed until it reached over 20 meters per second before it just disappeared like a ghost-like machine/manner. Again, here's another UFO from the late 90s which disappeared and took off, kind of like our TikTok video. Situation, Fravor, and all those guys, same thing. You can't make this shit up. This shit is happening. So like Elizondo said in the clip earlier in the podcast episode, who the fuck has been carrying this technology thousands of years in advance where no human life form can survive it over 70 years ago and is still fucking with the governments of the planet today? That's simply put. And to be honest, like I said, we need a coalition. Senators, ex-presidents, and people who are just done, whatever career they're in, to put their necks on the line and finally resolve this situation. Otherwise, listen, if it's according to the government, an unidentified aircraft, which we believe is from Russia or China or some unknown entity, maybe aliens like 2%, we should be able to shoot that shit the fuck out the skies. Why not? We should be able to take our guns and plug a few holes in those bitches and figure that shit out for ourselves. I'm just saying. Here's the end of the podcast. I thank you guys for listening. Next Wednesday, I'm pretty sure we're going to open up the lines so that we can talk about whatever is happening in regard to this report. And I'm sure the U.S. Guardians will call in and give their 2 cents. And you can as well if you go to Spreaker.com, look for the Tempest Universe, and get on here at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate every single one of you. So, as you already know, my theory is...
Today is the beginning of the end and the start of a new beginning. Time has come to redefine yourself and let go of the demons in your head that have held you in captivity for so long. It's time to flip the page and prove them wrong. It's time for rebirth. Yeah, time's up to say goodbye to all the haters, doubters, and unbelievers trying to bring you down. an eye, you'll realize that there's so much more to the book than the page you were stuck on. Finally, you will feel free to live a life you love living instead of the life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you are the highest authority when it comes to knowing what you want and what you love. So stop trading yourself for the approval from others. Ladies and gentlemen, weirdos and geeks, please repeat after me. I don't give a fuck.
By the way, I read a news story. For those of you who are still sticking around, I read a news story where people in the United States are suing their fucking employers because their employers are asking them to show proof before they come back to the office, you know, September, October timeframe. Show proof they got vaccinated. And so now they're suing their employers, telling them, no, fuck you. We don't got to show you shit. This is for you guys, because this is basically what you're saying.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. 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 You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to friends, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, sleeping all day, dreaming about Cadillacs. Buying new shoes, hanging by the pool, sipping on Coke and Jack. Calling my phone when you feel alone, but I'll never call you back. 'Cause I ain't got time for that. I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. 'Cause I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. 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 I don't give a damn.
Don't fucking scream at me.
Where's
you
the money?
Fuck you. Look at you with your fucking 48% body fat.